So, good evening. Good evening. We are back again. Lateness is greatness, and we're late for everything because we're great. However, we are finally here. It's my fault. It's always my fault. Come on, man. If anyone wants me on time, don't invite me. Or invite me 2 hours earlier than the actual planned event. But we are back. Bless up to everyone who's locked in. Big up to Static as well. Pinned comments, all the guys' links. Jezza, happy Monday, man. I know you're watching Belarus versus Scotland.
Yeah, it's only game off.
That's how bored you are. Waiting for me to turn up.
Yeah.
How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yeah, it's a funny game, this, because they've obviously got a stadium ban. There's not one, well, apart from the security people, there's nobody in the ground. So, yeah, it's a dead flat game, I won't lie. 0-0, 34 minutes in, yeah. But
is Kieran Tierney playing, Jez?
Sorry? Scotland.
Is Kieran Tierney playing?
Yes. Yes, he is. But you know how much I love international football, Kenny. So, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, look at him. He's so infused by it.
Yeah.
Riveting game, Jez, yeah?
Sure, yeah. Fucking hell.
How are you, Kenny? Happy Monday, bro. You're on mute, mate.
Happy Monday, everybody. Yeah. I have to admit, I have to thank Rashid because he called me early hours of... I spoke to him in the early hours of Saturday morning because he sent me a message earlier to do a podcast at 6 o'clock. The second after the England game. Thank God, Rashid, that you called me and we did that podcast when the game was on because that was hard. That was hard work, that game, because everyone plays low block. No players with two up front. And it's a case of you kind of knew it was going to be frustrating. I mean, Harry Kane struggled. Who knew? You know, Madueke got good press. You know, everyone's caning Eze. Come on, guys, mate. Everyone looked bad, but it's like the knives are out, man. Eze's under immense pressure to do it at Arsenal, to hit the ground running because Spurs fans are in his case. You know, the online haters who hate Arsenal are on his case. So, welcome to Arsenal, mate, Eze. Big fish at Palace. Now you're just another good player. Let the games begin.
Well, maybe it's an underbelly colour thing, Kenny, because that's what they'll say. Yeah, or maybe he just drops a stinker. I didn't watch it. I was in a bar.
No, he was one of the many people who dropped a stinker, but he's got another game tomorrow in a nice, friendly atmosphere in Serbia.
Lovely.
Matty, how are you, man? NFL started at the weekend yesterday.
Yep.
Are you enjoying the international break, mate?
Not supporting the United States men's national team getting their ass whipped by Korea 2-0.
What?
It's absolute. That's all my American G's in the chat. This is probably one of the worst United States teams I've seen in my
life. Posh in.
But you're hosting the World Cup, Matty. What's going on?
No. We'll that right there. By the time the World Cup happens, we'll have janitors and other folks out there playing. We won't have that team. That team is not good enough. Hell, I might even be playing. For that team. It looks so bad.
I was going to say, Matty, you
bring back Landon Donovan.
Hey, I just need to lose about 15 more pounds. Get my wind back. I might be able to go out there and do a little something. You know, absolute dross. That team is absolute scandalous. But no, I've been enjoying myself, chilling. Like you said, NFL started this weekend. Birthday. This is the birthday week, and I find it funny, gentlemen. You know, Mr. Arteta is completely bloated with with Moreno. Looks like he should have been. We should have been playing 4-3-3 all this time. It's considering what he's doing with Spain. So I thought that was hilarious yesterday to see him score a hat trick.
Well, the third goal was class as well.
Yeah. So
Spain are class though. Yeah, they're so good to watch, man.
Yeah,
we'll start on that in a second. Hold that thought, mate. We're starting that. Big up DJB, brother. What are you saying?
Yeah, big up, my friend. I was gutted. I missed England. I really lost sleep over that. I mean, it was me. I was just about putting the sleeping bag in the washing machine ready for the Arsenal Forest game, and then England rock up. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know what to do. What has gone wrong with football nowadays? Really, is there any decent games out there at all? I mean, come on.
Yeah,
man.
Arsenal ladies, mate, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say I might have to really get into the ladies. But looking at the team, I mean, Kosovo are beating Sweden 1-0. You know, they've got a prolific goal scorer up front, apparently Sweden, Gyökeres. And, you know, they're losing 1-0. You've got Israel beating Italy 1-0 with Calafiori on the bench. So, yeah, but as for Marino, who'd have thought Arteta would have turned him into that sort of player, according to some top gooners, eh? Nothing to do with Lamine Yamal playing or the Spanish players around him. And the way the manager sets up Spain, nothing to do with that. It's all down to the way Arteta has brought this player on. It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
We'll start with that because I watched that game. All the links are bless up to 600 in there nearly. Yeah, smash these likes up. Jez's Arsenal is linked, pinned. So is Kenny Ken 1972 Insta. Yeah, Southern Gooner Matty. Yeah, and the Arsenal Huddle, DJB. So make sure you sub to all of their channels and follow Kenny's Insta. But yeah, let's start with this Mikel Marino masterclass. Yeah, I don't know if all you guys watched it. Yeah, but I did a watch along for that game yesterday, and I was like, they're going to slap Turkey 4-0, 4-1. Now I said they're too good. And if you actually have a look at their bench, yeah, I'll go through the bench real quick. Yeah, the bench is better than Arsenal fucking starting. Their bench was Morata, Fermin Lopez, Ferran Torres, Jorge de Frutos, Rodri, David Raya, Danny Carvajal, Kubasi, Alex Garcia, Dani Olmo, Romero, and Ronaldo. Yeah,
Wow.
That would finish top 6, that bench, comfortably in the Premier League. The starting 11, yeah, was Unai Simon, Pedro Porro, and this is why I wanted to start with you, Jezza. Yeah, and we'll go around the panel, all jump in whenever you want, but we'll go one by one if you want. But Arsenal fans will sit there and tell you that Unai Simon is not better than David Raya. They'll tell you that Timber's better than Porro. Our centre-backs are better than Dean Huijsen and Lenormand. And they'll tell you that anyone at left-back is better than Cucurella. Yeah, they'll tell you Odegaard's better than Pedri. Zubimendi we have and Marino we have anyway. They'll tell you that Gyökeres is better than Oyarzabal. Yeah, they'll tell you Saka's better than Yamal. Yeah, they'll probably say Nico Williams because they don't rate Martinelli. So based off of that, yeah, no reason why this manager can't win nothing, Jez. And when I watched that game yesterday, the way they play football resembled something that we watched back in the day when Wenger was the manager. You know, or Prime Pep at Barca or Luis Enrique, you know, at Barca after that and at PSG. When I watched Arsenal ladies, mate, they're fucking so good to watch, man. That young girl that signed for us from Canada, Olivia Smith, where we signed her from Liverpool, £1 million. The way she dribbled past 3 players and slapped it top bins, keep doing fucking move. Chloe Kelly, baller. Russo, baller. The manager made subs. Yeah, it was attack. We're 2-1 up at 3-1 up at half time. Was it 3-1? 2-1 up at half time. Carry on attacking. And when you watch these teams play football, Barcelona won 8-0 in their first game, women, and then they beat Bilbao 8-1 yesterday. 16 goals in 2 fucking games. Yeah. But the way these teams play football, it's a joy to watch. Whereas with this manager, people are sitting there waxing lyrical over Marino and Zubimendi. Okay, cool. It helps when you play for Spain. However, it also helps when you have a fucking manager that plays attacking football and suits the system and suits the players that he's got for the system, Jez.
Yep. I mean, this is the whole thing. But factually, I'm going to read this out to you. Factually, Lee, you're incorrect on that, right? Okay. Actually, right, here we go. Have a read of this one, right?
Cool, mate.
Where is it? See if I can find it now. Lawrence Emmanuel sent me this. Yeah, this is on. I don't go on Twitter. You know that. But this is a replying to Shane Gooner and Lawrence and a few others. You haters, what you're going on about this team? Arteta has built the best Arsenal team ever.
Yeah, I got it this morning.
We've got it.
You
Yeah.
boys have seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best Arsenal team ever. What the hell are we on here? He ain't won nothing. Well, he has an FA Cup, but what these people must live on Mars. Jesus Christ Almighty!
They're from Mars. They are from Mars.
I mean, we play shit boring football, right? We got scrub players that shouldn't even be at the club, and the manager wants to buy players against players that we have bought this season that are playing shit as well. Sesko, all this lot. Now, yeah, exactly, Daryl. George Graham never existed. Yeah, nor did Arsene Wenger. You know what I mean? It's laughable, man. And, you know, I don't watch international football much. You know that. I've only got this on because I just had it on. I don't get it. I don't understand it. We have got some good players. I wouldn't say we've got world beaters, but we've got some good players. And it's now time for these players to go and deliver, because if this goes on for another bloody season, right, and we've got this absolute idiot of a manager still here, I give up. I really, really give up, because it can't keep going on, boys. It can't keep going on. You know, you guys, DJB, Kenny, you spend a shed load of money every season. And I admire you for doing that, because I'll tell you what, if I was one of you, I'd say, fuck this, I'm off. I've had enough of this now. I've really had enough. I did 9 years ago. I said, that's it. I've had enough. I'm walking out the door. But you guys, you persevere all the weather, all the seasons, and you keep it up. And week in, week out, you are disappointed. Or most of the weeks you're disappointed. Mate, honestly, football now is a very, very poor sport. And unfortunately, gents, it's because there's too much money in it. I'm afraid. That's what these players want. They want money. And we've seen that time in, time out. And I've had enough, to be honest. You know, I watched the ladies' game league like you did. It was entertaining.
It was good, wasn't it?
There was no diving. There's no falling over, no faking. It's just end-to-end football.
No hair flicks.
Yeah. No, yeah, no hair flicks. No. You know what I mean? And the other nice thing about it is, right, all of them women have got nicer legs than the men.
Right, how good is Chloe Kelly though? Right, real talk. That girl, she knows she's the shit as well. She knows she's good. Yeah, she backs it. Yeah, that finish, yeah, for the second goal, right on half time, mate. I swear, 29 ain't doing that. 29 ain't doing that. Yeah, trip over his own legs. Yeah, that Chloe Kelly, and it's a new concept, guys. I don't know if you've heard about it. Yeah, what happens is a player plays on the left wing, yeah, but then they're allowed to go and switch wings and play on the right. You're allowed, yeah. So now you can go over there for 15 minutes. Do you remember when that was a thing back in the 90s? You switch wings. Oh, I ain't getting any joy against the fullback. Can we switch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Yeah. Girl like Sleggers. Well, you can't see her. She's off camera. Yeah, she's hiding. Yeah, hiding in Spain. Yeah, she's hiding at the Emirates. Yeah, she allowed Chloe Kelly to switch wings. Who knew? Yeah, and Jez, it was entertaining. It was entertaining. And this is the thing, yeah. It's like when you look at some of these games of footy, and I'll come to Kenny on this. Kenny, you've watched fucking a shit ton of football, man. You watch all the shit. International football. You watch cricket, Kenny. You're bored. All jokes aside, you've watched a hell of a lot of football as well, yeah? When you watch football now, men's football, right? Every game is copy and paste from the game before, especially for Premier League. When I watched Spain, I know I'm going to get entertained. I know, and it's not about entertainment. That's not what we're there for. They're there to win trophies, but they can play attacking good football and still win, which is what Wenger did. George Graham bored the life out of everyone, but he won, and that's the sole aim of the game. But Wenger then turned it into, for us anyway, as Arsenal fans, into, wow, this is unbelievable, and we're still winning. Whereas now, people are blaming Pep all they like. I don't blame Pep. I just blame everyone copying Pep. Nobody was copying fucking Sam Allardyce, were they?
No.
Yeah, because simple reasons.
Well, they are now.
Yeah, but the thing is, the sense of conception of the Premier League, every team likes to seem to be playing football on the floor, and that coincided with England not doing well in international tournaments. I think the Armageddon moment was England didn't qualify for the '94 World Cup, and that coincided with Graham Taylor being a manager, and obviously Graham Taylor, descendant of a guy, Charlie Hughes. If anyone knows Charlie Hughes, he basically wrote a template and how the game should be played. He's basically a long ball merchant, and basically what he was saying, and all the England coaches, with the exception of Bobby Robson to a certain extent, followed that sort of mantra that he used to present a video of Brazil scoring a goal in 1970 where they had about 10 or 15 passes, and then they showed a goal with England playing against Scotland where someone played a long ball, it was flicked on, Kevin Keegan ran to the keeper and scores, and he's basically saying it's quicker to hit the ball long than play all those passes. So for a long time, England were playing on that. You had teams like Wimbledon, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday back in the day playing that football. And then when England qualified, everyone wanted to play good football. So we've got the foreign players in. Terry Venables became manager. Glenn Hoddle became manager. So we had all of that. And then Wenger came and everyone wanted to play like that. And then what happened? Jose came in it. Jose came and he was the antidote of everything with Wenger. So people try to, a certain extent, copy how Chelsea played when previously they're copying us. So if you look at Arsenal, we had powerful, big players. We could play. We had a team for all seasons. So you look at the Wenger sides that won the doubles and won the Invincibles, compare it to the sides that should have won the league in 2007, 2008. We went from big, strong guys, all-rounders, to tiki-taka merchants. So tiki-taka came in. And then what's happened is Mourinho got rid of tiki-taka, and Rafa came along with his defensive style. And then Pep came along, and everyone wants to play like Pep. So basically the situation is that whatever's successful, teams going to want to play like that. Everyone wants to play out the back now. People don't want to be given away possession because they know if you lose the ball in areas, you get counter-attacked and you get outnumbered. So that's why everyone plays a certain way of playing, i.e. play out the back. And then to counter Pep now, everyone plays low block. So that's how everyone's playing. So for instance, you go to Italy, they try to play like Pep. Bayern Munich played like Pep. All over the world, they're going to play like that because it works to a certain extent. But the problem we have in our football is that championship teams want to play like that. Teams in the next division and the next division, and even non-league teams want to play like that. And there is the problem. Thank God for Jurgen Klopp. That's all I can say, because with Jurgen Klopp, he shouldn't really have won the league or the Champions League or even got close to City. But what he did is that he gave English football fans a way how to play and how to break it down. But the problem we've got at Arsenal is that if you play like that and it doesn't work, managers like our manager reverts to type. Our manager is scarred by 22, 23. He desperately probably wants to play like that, but he daren't because he knows if we can't keep on conceding goals and winning like 3 or 4-2 or 5-3, he knows eventually we're going to concede the 3 goals playing like that, but we won't be able to outscore the opposition. That's why he plays like he does now, especially in 23, 24 first half and last season. So we're stuck with it. It doesn't matter whether we've got Eze, doesn't matter whether we've got enquiries, doesn't matter whether we've got more creativity and more options. His first option, as we saw at Anfield and Old Trafford, is to make yourself difficult to beat. And I think that's what he's going to do. You're going to see that in Newcastle in a lot of games where he just can't help himself.
100%. Matty, obviously being a football coach. Yeah, what do you make of all of this, mate?
It's like what Kenny said. I just think that they've you look at how it was back when we grew up, Lee. How football was free flowing. It was expansive going forward, and then in the last 10, 12 years, it's just been everything's defensive. But for me, it's a bigger issue. It's the fundamentals. It's throw-in, corner kicks. It's the basics of the game. Even watching it, even on the international stage, you're watching these games, and you're saying, like this, the quality of international games are nowhere near what we were watching all the way up until about 2015, 16. I mean, you can go back and even when Spain was the nearly men. Y'all remember Spain used to be nearly men. You know how good they were, and then of course they got over the hump. You know, we can go through Argentinian teams. We can look Brazil, Germany. You know, efficient. You look at some of the African teams, and then you look at even a couple of the United States teams there, especially that 2002 team. And then you look at football today. I'm like, Jay, I could watch probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes of international ball, and I'll go find something to do. Because it's just the quality is just not as good as it used to be. And then look at the Premier League. How many times the other night, Lee, we sat there for 4 or 5 hours last week looking at the how many times did we watch people play out the back?
And every time we predicted, we was offline, sat there watching YouTube, watching the roundup of Europe and so on and so forth, all the goals. Every time we was like, yep, they fucked up. They're going to find out real quick right now. And it always led to a shot or a goal.
Yep. Every single time. I can at least 20 to 30 times we watched
around Europe.
Yeah, across the entire world. It is poison. It's football Philistine. It is poison the game. The fundamentals have been sucked out of football. Sucked out. And when you watch this stuff, you're like, man, what am I watching? But like Jay State is down. A lot of these guys, they want the money. How many times have I told you, Lee? Too many of these guys make moves too quick. They go to a team they should not even be looking at even going to in this third, fourth year of playing on a high level. Most dudes who making moves to Madrid, they seasoned players. 25, 6. Yeah. You got cats 21, 19 making massive moves. What's the odds of you developing that? And then you make a move, and then you don't pan out, and then career's gone. You shot out. It's all because most of these players want to make that money. And then you watch. I was looking at somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat put it in there. Then you watch how they hype up the Premier League. Oh, it's the best football in the world. And then how many times have we sat there and we watch this? Somebody go for a throw in, and the ball just rolls past 6 people. Just silly stuff. But that's the modern football for you. That's the modern game of football. Everybody plays the same for the most part, and then nobody wants to attack. Our manager is the master of that, by the way. This manager of ours, he is 100% goal certified and not wanting to play football. And that game a couple of weeks ago was proven. We're sitting there watching, me and you the other night, we're sitting there watching Everton. Go at it. We watching
Jack Grealish running rings around everyone.
Watching Everton going forward with Moyes. It's the coach. They're going forward. And then you watch this manager with $1 billion been spent. $1 billion, top dollar. And he's scared to take a shot. I'm telling you, the game of football is upside down. Kenny, how many times have we watched Nigerian teams back in the day? All my African G's in the chat. How good the Nigerian teams used to be. And then now look at some of the African teams.
You know why Nigeria is struggling? I know it's a wrong thing to say. The problem they're relying on too many players who are not used to playing the natural African style of play. They're getting Premiership players, and I say it respectfully, who basically play for England, couldn't get an England team, and now playing for Nigeria. I'm sorry to say it, but it's a fact.
Yeah,
Lookman, all these players are, your Lookmans, who was part of the English system. Where is he now? Who is that? Ola Aina, another one, part of the English system. Bassi, all of them playing. They can't gel with the team. Don't get me wrong, they're better defensively as such, but they're not playing an actual style. That's why they're not going to qualify for the World Cup. They're nowhere. Plus, it's a situation where it's club versus country. The association never look after them properly financially as well, to the extent they have to pay their own way all the time. So it goes without saying that there's too much we want to play for our country, but the system's just too corrupt, just too outdated. So that's where they're not concentrating their football, and they're not good enough.
Yeah,
they're not the Senegal or Cote d'Ivoire, all those countries.
Nicholas Pepe FC. Right, let me grab this super chat. Go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah, I just want to throw this in there right quickly. You look at when you start talking about player development and players, going out to get a move. I mean, going to try to, develop themselves. You look back at Eddie Nketiah. When Eddie Nketiah had the opportunity to go play, was it for Ghana? Am I correct? I think it was Ghana. Was it Ghana? I think it was Ghana.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. He turns it down, knowing he's not going to get any time playing for England. He knows that.
Yep.
He knew that. But he in his mind, he thought, oh, well, I'm going to make the England national team. Why? Because he was hyped up at the time.
And he's been told from 13 years old he's great.
Yeah. Instead of going to play for Ghana, and you probably, no telling how you would have panned out.
Evan Ferguson's another one. Evan Ferguson's now on loan at Roma. Yeah, he was hyped up as a £100 million player. It went to his head, and now he's shit. Why? Because he weren't that good in the fucking first place. Now he's on loan at Roma, and they ain't going to buy him. Yeah, he'll be back, and he'll end up at fucking, some championship team, or a newly promoted team next season. It happens all the time because they've been told, and they live in a bubble of delusion. They've been told everywhere they go, they don't pay for nothing. Yeah, they walk in a restaurant, they get it for free. Oh, hello, Mr. Evan Ferguson, how are you? Okay, no, don't worry, it's on the house. Yeah, everywhere they go, they've been told they're great. Everyone around them's telling them they're great. The fact of reality is they're all fucking wank. Yeah, these footballers are shit. So the ones that do stand out, like the Lamine Yamals, and then people go, oh, but he had dwarfs at his birthday party. And what, mate? The dwarfs are happy to do it. They got paid to be there, bruv. Who cares? Yeah. Oh, but he's got an ego problem. Ivan Toney's got an attitude. Well, he ain't had an attitude in Saudi, is he? Yeah, he's won 2 trophies since he's been there. Yeah, it's like, but this is the thing. This is what social media has created. Yeah, because as soon as a player signs for your football club, you have millions of people around the world that instantly back it. Doesn't matter. You could get Titus Bramble out of retirement and sign him for Arsenal at centre half. Yeah, and this fan base have changed. Some of the fan base have changed their profile pictures on Twitter. Yeah, to Titus Bramble. Yeah, and they go, oh, he's unbelievable. They did the same with Madwakey, did the same with Ramsdale. Ramsdale's on the bench at fucking Newcastle. This fan base was telling us he's great.
He can unlock it.
It's like when they're gassing up. It's like they've been gassing up Lewis Skelly, saying he's the best left back Arsenal's probably ever had, blah, blah, blah. Now he can't get a look in. Suddenly Calafiori's the next best thing.
They want a shiny new toy.
Do you know what I mean?
Next fucking latest thing. Same with Zubimendi. I've been telling everyone Zubimendi is not what they think he is. That don't mean I don't rate him. I actually think he's a good player. Yeah, but he ain't Rodri, mate. Yeah, and that's what this fan base has talked themselves into believing he is. Yeah, let's be real with it. When we sit there, right, and I'll get your thoughts, DJ. Sorry. Yeah, now I'll get the super chats. Bless up this chat. There's 1,000 people locked in. Smash these likes up, yeah? But when I hear people, and I do this all the time, people say to me, oh, how can you say that Dennis Bergkamp, Zola and Cantona are the best players ever in the Prem? Because I've seen the entirety of the Premier League since its inception, mate. Yeah, you guys may disagree. You're older than me. Yeah, you've seen, so in Premier League, it's all opinions. We've all seen the inception of the Prem. When people sit there and go, oh, that's a wild take, how can you say Joe Cole's better than Mohamed Salah? Because I've seen Joe Cole's entire fucking career, mate, and I've seen Salah's, and Joe Cole pisses all over him. Yeah, Joe Cole at West Ham was a joke. Yeah, Joe Cole at Chelsea was a joke until fucking Jose got his paws on him. Right? But at the same time, this is what social media has created. This is what the mainstream media have created. And it's all done by design, DJ, yeah? Right? You have ESPN, TalkSports, Sky Sports, all these other fucking TNT or whatever it's called. Yeah, they all do, oh, yeah, but look how many XG and XA and look how many goals and assists. And then they compare Henry with Salah. You fucking dense. Real talk. Yeah, these men don't even fucking know how good Eric Cantona was because they didn't watch him. But then they make out other players that they've watched are better than Eric Cantona. Well, if you didn't watch him, mate, how can you have that opinion? It's jarring, man. It's so fucking annoying. Yeah, if I said to you right now, DJ, best 3 players you've ever seen, who would you say in your lifetime?
In my lifetime? Oh, yeah. Wow.
There's loads to pick from, right?
Yeah, hundreds. Brady, Bergkamp, probably Henry, I would say. in the Premiership.
For Arsenal, yeah?
Yeah, for Arsenal, definitely. But then
Man
I've
said,
got other
man
players.
said you lot are boring. We'll go and watch someone else then, mate.
But then I've got, there's
there.
loads of players I've seen.
Yeah.
Zola was brilliant.
How good was Scholesy?
Cantona, Scholes.
Scholes was unreal, mate.
Scholes.
But
Michael
this
Owen.
is the thing.
Michael Owen.
Thank you. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I did
You know
a
what
whole
I mean?
fucking
All
30
these
minutes
players.
last night talking about him. Yeah,
All these
Michael
players,
Owen.
hundreds.
Sorry to cut in, DJ. Yeah, and let me ask you this here, and I'll let you land your points here. Sorry.
That's right.
I sat there yesterday, and I said, if Michael Owen didn't get injured, we'd be talking about the Premier League's all-time top goal scorer. That guy sat on a podcast with Rio Ferdinand last week, right? 17-year-old Michael Owen, 18-year-old Michael Owen, 19 and 20-year-old Michael Owen. Then 4 years, he was easily the best fucking striker in the world.
Unplayable.
Yeah. Only R9 could get near him. Yeah, and better than him. Yeah, R9 was better than him. When he was speaking to Rio, he said the only player that was better than me was R9. Yeah. And then people were in my chat, and that's why I brought it up. So I'll say this and I'll shut up, yeah? Right? Because I know you've waited patiently. Michael Owen, people say, oh, Wayne Rooney was better than him. They fucking weren't, mate. Yeah, if you didn't see Michael Owen's entire career, you can't have that opinion. I've never seen Maradona's entire career. So I can't say, well, Maradona's better than Messi. So I only see Maradona fucking like this, running up to a camera in 94, charlied off his nut. Yeah, absolutely wired. But I know Maradona was good. But unless you sat there and watched it on telly at the time it happened or in the ground, you don't know how good that player was.
No, he was superb.
The clips don't do it justice. Yeah, Michael Owen was fucking unbelievable, mate. Yeah, he was insane. But sorry, I'll shut up now.
No, the speed on the player, everything about him at 17. I mean, people are saying about Downman and people like that, but this guy, when I first saw him, I thought, wow, what is this? Literally, he was incredible, absolutely incredible. And if he hadn't have got injured, he probably might have gone on to be the best Premiership player of all time, without a shadow of a doubt. But there's been loads of quality players over the years. But if you was to pick one in the last 5 years, you're probably really struggling, aren't you? To pick one. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we can name players over the years in the Premiership, the Cantonars and Scholes and Giggs and all of these players and everything else. But if you was to pick like your all-time best players in the last 5 years in the Premiership, you're kind of like,
you have to sit down and think about it.
Yeah, you're having
Mahrez is definitely in.
Mahrez, yeah, but you're having to think about it. And this is how far football's dropped off. Because if you go back 10, 15, 20 years ago, you can reel off names all over the place. Nowadays, you're going Mahrez, and then you're having to think about it. But the way the football is, the moment goalkeepers had a key role to play in the tactics of, and there's no disrespect to goalkeepers, but the moment goalkeepers had a key role to play in passing the ball, that's when the game automatically slowed down. So the moment you pass from the goalkeeper to the defence, you're automatically slowing the pace of the game down, and therefore the build-up is slower. Getting the ball into transition is a lot slower. So now they're using the goalkeeper now as a sweeper, if you like, or a centre half. That has killed football because you're not getting it through quick enough. And I said this the other day. How many actual headers now do you actually see?
Oh, we say that.
You don't see a diving header anymore.
How many headers do you see? When was the last header? When was the last bullet header? Isak against Arsenal, like the other season, I suppose. But when do you ever see a diving header or,
arriving late in the box and bosh, fucking have that.
Getting the ball out wide, whipping in across, bang, head. You don't see people head the ball anymore, and you never see a goalkeeper hit it long. So you don't get them old-fashioned challenges of centre forwards and centre halves and all that sort of thing now. It's all robotic and slow and precise, and it's just crazy. And you talk about injuries, where the game's sort of like slow, and then it's quick. It can't be good for them. That's why you see a lot of hamstrings and stuff like that now.
Facts.
Because they're playing at half the pace. So it's a slower pace of football. And then suddenly they're accelerating, and it's like bang, it's instant. So therefore, that's why you see a lot of hamstrings now. When it was played at a faster pace, there was less muscle strains and muscle injuries. It was all impact injuries, tackles, and stuff like that. Whereas now it's because it's slow, quick. You're seeing a lot of muscle tears. So the whole game has completely changed. And we've got a manager he's refusing to change. So when you do see teams attack teams, and when you do see teams go for it, a lot of the teams can't quite handle it. You know, you look at Everton at the moment, and a lot of the teams are going, whoa, hang on, we're not expecting this, and they can't really handle it. So I think it goes in cycles. Whether it will come back round again, I don't know. Whether the new crop of young managers will change the way we play, whether there be new managers coming into the Premiership and thinking, well, hang on a minute, I'm going to change it all here. Like Wenger did, like Pep has, like Jose did. That's all you can hope for, Lee. But at the moment, it's really hard watching, and it's filtering to the national team as well, especially England. I mean, it's crazy watching them at the moment. It's worse. It's just unbelievable. I mean, there was a stat went there against Andorra. I think Harry Kane touched the ball 15 times, and the defence touched it 280 odd times. And this is against Andorra.
They're ranked 174th in the world, by the way. I've got more subs on this channel than they have population.
Yeah, where are we at? Where are we at where defenders are touching the ball more than midfield and attackers?
But this is why possession stats are a load of bollocks, yeah? Because you can have 70% of the ball. Yeah, where was the possession? Because these defenders are just knocking it around to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then passing it to the DM, he's passing it back to the keeper, passing it out to the fullback. Most of the possession's in your own half.
Exactly. As I said, I think the moment you gave the goalkeepers and defenders a key role to play, then it automatically has slowed the game down. You know, defenders should defend in my eyes. As far as I'm concerned, you get the ball up, you get the ball through the midfield and into attack, into your wingers as quick as you can. And that's how it should play. But again, you've only got to see. I can't remember the last diving header I saw. Can't remember.
We used to see diving headers every fucking week, man.
Diving headers, yeah. You don't see
bullet headers, Duncan Ferguson's and Alan Shearer's and Alan Smith, fucking all of them.
That's the thing. You saw that a lot in the 80s and 90s. But you think about the sort of like the way we play. Wingers aren't wingers no more. They're inverted wingers. They're forwards. Wingers are forwards now. And without the ball, they're the wing backs. So if you think about the inverted winger, he's not who plays on the left. He's right-footed because he's expected now to get into goal scoring positions and be a forward. And then when he's not on the ball, he's got to be like a wing back who tracks back and forms the sort of low block. So that's the way fullbacks are. No one puts any crosses in. And when was the last time you think about players like Jason Wilcox? Jason Wilcox,
Keith Gillespie.
Yeah, remember the guys who won the league for Blackburn? Wilcox and Gillespie, both wingers, both put crosses in. You're not going to see that no more. Giggsy
was unreal, mate. Stephen Manaman, another one.
Yeah, but Giggsy, towards the end of his career, wasn't playing on the wing. He wasn't putting crosses in. You know,
yeah, he was playing in fucking midfield at that point.
Ronaldo, when he first started, was a winger, but he don't play like that. Becks wouldn't be able to play now.
No, Becks would be finished now, mate. He'd give the ball away too much.
Alan Shearer wouldn't be scoring goals now, can he? Would he?
No, not at all. But you think of Becks. Becks plays on the right hand side. He'd have to play on the left hand side. Because it's inverted, though.
It's true.
Though.
It's fucking true.
Giggsy and Lee Sharp have got to play.
Lee Sharp, man.
You know what I mean? They've got to play on the right hand side. You know what I mean? Kanchelskis has to play to play on the left. And I'm talking about Man United players. Perez is where he should have been because you think that when Perez played.
Perez was one of the first original inverted wingers, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Him actually called it Henri. Henri changed the way he played. I think maybe Henri's part of the situation where he changed the way strikers play for the good, personally. But the problem we've got now is let's not forget, there's no such thing as like a striker, a twin partnership, is there?
You don't see 4-4-2. I said this on a stream the other day, yeah. I said, why don't we go 4-4-2 and put Saka up front with Gyökeres? Yeah. Why? Why don't we try that? Let me grab these super chats real quick, yeah. Let me grab these super chats and I'll get your thoughts. Sorry. DJB, what is the full meaning of DJB?
It just started. I clicked onto Matty's channel and it came up DJB and it just stuck. That was it. And I was called DJ at school, and yeah, so that was it. That's basically.
I was going to say something after that, but don't worry.
Yeah.
Big up Gunnar SE in a second. Hey Matt, I say, hold up, wait a minute, bro. We're not performing seals, bro. What are we doing here? Fucking hell, get out of here, Gunnar SE, bro.
He's being funny.
He's always funny in my chat, man. Big up to Anglo Free as well. Bless up for the membership, my brother. I appreciate it, man. Big up to Dennis. Germany are done too. Wirtz had to score. Or Slot was sending him to China. Nabry scored. He's a centre back slipping. Berger for that. I haven't seen any of that game. I was watching Spain. I was watching proper football.
I actually saw the highlights of that. And it's funny that somebody else caught this because you just think back to how good Germany, German strikers used to be.
Yeah, Miroslav Klose, fucking
Gomez. I mean, you can go all
Gomez,
the way, go all the way back. They've always had a legit
Rudy
striker.
Fuller.
Rudy Fuller, yeah.
Klinsmann played together.
Klinsmann, yeah. Yankola, all of them. They had some proper ballers, man. And that's mad. Yeah, this is the thing. Football's on its arse, mate. Yeah, it's on its arse. And that manager they've got ain't no good anyway. But big up to you, brother. Big up to Suj as well. Big up, gents. What do you expect from the manager who couldn't get into the Spanish team, but was never good enough to make it into Australia's best 11? Bro, he tried to change to England national team and then changed his mind again. Yeah, and he still couldn't get a cap for fucking Spain.
Frank Drew wanted to play for Ireland.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But this is why Eddie Nketiah should have gone and played for Ghana. Eddie Nketiah's never, ever, ever getting a game for England. Yeah, consistently. Let's be real with it.
Yeah, you never get
You've got to feel God. You've got to feel it. And I think that's why I think if you play for you, because the other day,
you have to feel where you're from, and this is why when you say Declan English,
you see our good friend. Our very good friend, Obi Mikel. He gets upset and he says, "Oh, how can you play for your country?" Obi Mikel was brought up in Nigeria, but what about Saka was born in Brighton, West London? Iwobi, I spoke to his dad. He told me that he came here when he was 1 or 2, but Iwobi can't speak Igbo. That's what his dad told me. But he feels English, but he's playing for Nigeria because obviously he knows where the situation lands. But if he was playing on his stats, he'd be playing for England. His dad is surprised that he's playing for Nigeria, and the same for all these other players. They come from Nigerian households, and obviously, but they're not. And they do what I used to do. Go to like the get-togethers where there was loads of food, bloody hell, food. Love food, right? And it was like get-togethers, and you didn't finish until you hire a club, and it could be all over London. And we used to go as kids, and when we were older, we used to go and pick our mum from these places, and they'll probably close about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and you used to bring up your mum's home and all that. And that's the sort of life they're brought up in, but they don't go to Nigeria on a regular basis because they're too busy enjoying life in England where they're brought up and obviously playing football. So it's a shame because the Irish kids who used to play for the Republic of Ireland, yeah, they're a bit different because they used to go to Ireland every summer holiday. The Irish, where I grew up in Islington, so I suppose they spent a bit of time in Ireland. But if they're good enough to play for England, especially now, they're not playing for Ireland. Declan English, he I don't care what anyone says. Declan English, right? As soon as England got to the semi-finals of the World Cup in 2018, he was basically saying, "Bring me that pen so I can change allegiance."
So was Grealish, though. So was Grealish.
Yeah, but Grealish did it before, though.
Yeah, Grealish did it earlier. Yeah, you're right.
He did it earlier. Like he was all through the systems, and he was playing in the Irish sports. His cousin, was playing the Irish sports as well. She played for England, but now she's gone to Rugby Ireland, Aoife Mannion. But yeah, they're both. He was brought up in an Irish household. I think Declan Rice is half and half. But the fact is that Declan Rice, used to tell everyone when he was interviewed by Ray Television.
Yeah. What's his name? Eamon Dunphy.
Yeah, his dad was there. He was proud. They're going to build a team around him, and then all of a sudden, it changed. What changed, Declan?
He thought he could win more with England.
Yeah,
which I rate, by the way. Yeah, because he wants to win. Yeah, but at the same time, like with African nations, it's slightly different, I think. Yeah, because like obviously, Ireland and England, they're literally that close to each other. Yeah, with African nations, it's halfway around the fucking planet. Yeah, and if you've grown up in England, Kenny, you're British Nigerian. Yeah, who would you represent?
Well, the thing is, look, the fact is that when I play football, when I play football, this is the anomaly for me. If anyone asked me when I was a kid, I'd tell them I'm Nigerian because they expect for me. But if everyone said, "Who would you like to play for?" I would have said I'd like to play for England because I was always cheering the England national team. I was always in tune with them. You know, when I saw Van Anderson put on an England shirt in the 70s, early 80s, that was it. If he could do it, so could I. So that was if I played football, yeah, that's what I wanted to declare for. No doubt about that. But I grew up in a Nigerian household. And if everyone asked me, I'll say I'm Nigerian. Which is the biggest anomaly, but I'm an England fan.
So it's a difficult one when they think their nation.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's difficult like for certain countries. Like if you brought up in the UK, yeah, and you're Declan Rice or Jack Grealish, for example, yeah, you can play for Ireland or England. Who's got a better chance of winning something? In your head, you're going to go, yo, fuck it, England. Yeah, not only that, the adulation, the fucking size of the nation, the fucking way they're mad on football in comparison to Ireland. No disrespect to the Irish. Yeah, but England, it's football. Yeah, so you're going to have more eyes on you. You can go to stardom quicker. You can get the adulation quicker. And if you succeed with England, you're instantly a fucking hero. Yeah, yes, you can do that with Ireland, but it's a smaller chance of doing it with Ireland. Yeah, so I get why people say, "Oh, I want to play for England." Yeah, same Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta knew he was shit though. Yeah, so he knew he weren't ever getting the Spain team, so he wanted to declare for England. Then realised, oh, actually, I probably shouldn't do that. It's hard. It's a hard one. It's like that. What's that tennis player? She won Wimbledon. She's I think her dad's Chinese, her mum's Romanian. She was born in Canada and grew up in England. Like, who does she declare for? Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's just I get it. I totally get it. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Big up Oregon Goon, bruv. 67 months is crazy. Raducanu, that's it. Yeah, Raducanu. Yeah. If the bloody Swedish coach can figure it out, for fuck's well, they're losing 2-0 to Kosovo. The Kosovan Ibrahimovic has scored, by the way. Yeah, Kosovan Ibrahimovic. Market opportunity right there. That guy's a bastard, bro. Put him in the Premier League, he'll cause havoc. Big up, Dale. Big up to the American football fanatic. People don't rate Conte. Lost to Arsenal 3-0. Scrapped his system and went on to win the league. Our manager continues to play a broken system. Facts. Absolute facts, bro. Yeah, that guy's won 6 league titles. He's won 3 of them in his first full season.
Philip Billing.
Scott McTominay. Billy Gilmore. He's just so fucking Rasmus.
Yeah, that's what Rasmus. I was trying to figure out who he just signed, Rasmus. That's what
he just signed Rasmus. Scholes is so good that people don't rate him, not knowing Iniesta said it. We were using him as an example at La Masia youth players watching clips of him. Scholes is unbelievable, mate. Yeah, but people don't rate him because they don't gravitate towards him because he's just boring when he talks. That's all it is. It's not entertaining, is it? He don't give you the clip like Roy Keane give you.
90% of the problem is that social media was not around. Could you imagine social media being back around back in the 90s, 2000s, late 80s?
Vieira and Keane.
Yeah, I mean, come on. These players, they'd have been through the roof. But see, most of these people have not seen them, and too many of them are too damn sorry to get on YouTube and sit down and watch. Actually, sit down and watch, players of yesteryear. To actually see how good ball players were. I mean, I go back all the time and go look at the 70s. One, they played on shit pitches, and they were still able to go out. I mean, straight mud pits, bro. I'm talking Woodstock stuff.
It's crazy. You go down to baseball ground at Derby, middle of winter.
Yeah. Jez, what was Chelsea and Leeds like back in the 70s?
Oh Christ, that was World War III.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Warfare, like Jeff said.
I mean, how people didn't come out them games without broken legs, I have no idea. Seriously.
They weren't bitches, Jess. I swear.
It was.
Well, I mean, the pitches, as
brutal,
Matt
Jez, wasn't it?
just said, the pitches were terrible. Even at Highbury, you know, the pitch in the winter was horrible. You have like sand it before the game, and
Yeah, the 6-yard box had a load of sand on it.
Yeah, holes.
I mean, by the time it came to December, you had no grass in the penalty area. It was mud. I remember I do actually remember a game at Highbury, right? And it was a horrible, it was like a sleety type day. And Arsenal were given a penalty, and they had to get the groundsman out to come and remark the penalty spot because it had just been obliterated. You couldn't see it. You know what I mean? He had to measure the old 12 yards. And yeah, I mean, but Leeds, Chelsea, dear oh dear, I used to watch that on Match of the Day.
Oh, Chopper Harris and that lot. Fucking
Oh,
mate, long day that, innit?
Yeah.
Chelsea
Yeah,
and
Graham's just literally put his name in as well. Fucking
Yeah.
Chopper Harris.
Do you
That's a
remember
long day.
Jez, back in the 70s, Chelsea and Spurs were brutal as well, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
that was,
all game for really.
you know, it was war. It was war.
Yeah.
It was war.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't allowed to go to. I wasn't allowed to go down to White Hart Lane till I was about 16, to be honest. But I can remember watching it on Match of the Day. I mean, there's one game. It was around about 76, something like that, 75. And it was one that was just a fight. It wasn't football. It wasn't football at all. It was just a kicking people up the arse. You know, it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. And I remember Bob Wilson got a punch in the head, accidentally, I think, but he still got a punch in the head, knocked him down. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, they were
Dave
great.
Mackay, fuck you know, Dave Mackay and Bremner, fuck you know. This is throwaway. You're showing your age, Graham.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it was. I mean, there was a guy called Derek Dugan who played for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Jesus, man, he was a lump. And I tell you what, when he went in on a tackle, a lot of players would get out of the way. I remember this, I'll never forget it. It was Man United or Wolves, Man United. I can't remember what ground it was at. And there's even Bobby Charlton, right, Man United. And he's gone in for this tackle, and it was like 2 steam trains, boom, like that. I was watching it on the telly, and always see the ball popped up in the air, right, and it's been in the muddy pitch, right, and they just both got up, yeah, and just got on with it. And I thought, gee, you know, I was only a little kid, and I'm thinking, wow.
Even
You know?
Graham Souness was one nasty bastard, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
He was horrible, mate. He fucking deliberately fucking stamp you on the knee. First tackle. Who was the guy that fucking the cup final, Liverpool Wimbledon? Who was that? Was it Vinnie Jones? Who was that? Was it Vinnie Jones? Who was that on? Who did he do that on?
Vinnie Jones, yeah.
Steve McMahon, wasn't it?
Steve
That's
McMahon,
right.
that's it.
McMahon smashed it
Yeah.
to Steve McMahon, didn't
Didn't even get a fucking booking.
it? Nah, didn't even get a booking. But I'll tell you what, there was some
Robbed.
balls back in the
Robbed Liverpool.
day. Exactly. VAR, he'd have gone, mate.
Steve McMahon was
He'd
dirty
be in
player.
jail. He'd still be in jail now.
I'll tell you what, Vinnie Jones in VAR, he would have only played about 2 games a year.
You know, another player was dirty as well. You know, another player could have it as well. It was dirty. Obviously, Cantona was a dirty player. If he was vicious, and you know, Mobile, who played for
Moby, yeah.
he could have it as well. I remember watching a Charity Shield where he was against Everton, and Ian Rush and Kevin Ratcliffe, who knew each other from kids, and they used to drive each other home after matches because they lived near each other in North Wales. Anyway, they all tangled on the pitch, and Mulvey, you know how big he is, still big. When I had a little chat with him after an Arsenal game, and he ran straight from one end of the pitch and knocked Kevin Ratcliffe out cold, mate. Just ran into him.
In a Charity Shield match,
stuff
by the way.
like
You heard
But
it,
he's quite a
Charity
big lad
Shield.
as well. Kevin Ratcliffe was like that, spark out. The referee didn't do nothing.
I'll tell you what, though, Kenny. I mean, Alan Shearer was quite nasty as well.
Oh, he was
I
dirty.
mean, he could
Elbows.
put it about. He could put it, but so could Dennis Bergkamp.
Bergkamp was
Yeah,
dirty.
Bergkamp
Well,
was
he'd stamp on you, man.
He was silky, and he was a brilliant footballer, but he had it about him. But back in the day, Jez, there was also some quality players, weren't there? Some ballers. Do you remember Frank Worthington?
Oh yeah, Frank. Yeah,
Frank
Everton.
Worthington. I'll tell you what, chat. If go and watch some YouTube videos of Frank Worthington, and this is on pitches that you wouldn't even walk your dog on. I'm telling you, honestly, this player was top class. He was unbelievable. But Matt Letizia back in the day, how good was he?
Yes,
Mate, he single-handedly kept that team in the league every year, mate.
Letizia was just something else, wasn't he? You know, incredible.
Duncan Ferguson's another one. I remember fucking when he. Do you remember he went Nick? Yeah, because the two geezers broke in his house and he fucking weighed them both in.
Yeah.
He went Nick. He went Joe. It was like, why would you break into Duncan Ferguson's house, man? That's a long day. That's like breaking into Kenny's gaff.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. You know, there's one. I'll tell you one thing. The thing about it now, you can't be an hard man. Play football now. You can't be an hard man.
No, you won't last long. You'll be out of there.
You'll be out of the game. And
You'll be classed as toxic and got an attitude problem.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say is to be a footballer nowadays, it's quite easy, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It's actually too easy.
You're playing on carpet. You can't be touched. You can't get tackled from behind. You can't get tackled sideways. In fact, you can't get tackled, can you? Let's be honest. You can't get tackled.
They literally breathe on you. You fall over. You get a free kick.
Yeah, you can't get tackled. And if you fall over, you get a free kick. You know, and at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. You say about Haalands and all the ballers nowadays, but back in the day when you had players coming in from you at all angles, you had to just think.
Be on it.
You had to think before the ball come to you. Loads of times.
Thinking, fucking hell, I can snap my leg here. Because he's going to fucking
honestly,
do me.
You know, you got the likes of Tony Adams come steaming into you or something like that. You know, and this is why football nowadays it's easy. It's easy to play football nowadays. Easy.
Yeah, and that's why they're all shit.
Yeah, but the equaliser though is the fact is there's more games now. Too many games because you have to pay the players a lot more, and you have to. There's no such thing, right? As you've got to be super fit, and then super fit on top of being super fit. You've got to be able to run, and then in one move, defend, and then attack in one move. If you're not fit in today's game to play football, you've had it. You've had it, mate.
Yeah, you got to be a bit of an athlete, ain't you? You got to be a bit of an athlete, but you're just running and running and running. I mean, but. Is it played? I mean, is it played at any faster pace than what it used to be played? I mean, because
I think it's faster. I think the game's faster. The game's faster because the simple reason is that you off the ball, you've got to be have eyes in the back of your head off the ball. Every player, with the exception of probably the goalkeeper, off the ball has to be immense. You know, everything is about position and concentration. You know, there is no way a cross can come in. There is no way someone could overlap you in today's game. It's just not happening. And if you're a striker, you have to work your nuts off. In fact, you'll probably get a game and you'll get more appreciated from your manager if you ran for 90 minutes.
They just ran around.
Players playing out the back. That's worth probably a hat trick for some coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How many times have you seen managers make the run to a striker? You lazy this, make the run. Do you remember the Amazon video of the Spurs video with Son and Lloris when they were having a fight in the dressing room because Son didn't make a run because he was knackered? You know
Exactly. But I mean, top players used to see these players making runs, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? Proper midfield players would pick a pass. You know, talking earlier, Skulls and people like that, they'd see them runs, wouldn't they? This is the problem. This is why a lot of the strikers, they run. Oh, look at enquiries for Arsenal. I mean, he's hardly touched the ball, really, in the 3 games he's played for Arsenal.
But you don't say that, though. You say it. As much as we're critical, you've got to thank the Lord for players like Mbappe and Haaland. Because then they're not the norm. If you think about Mbappe, you can slag him, you can praise him or criticise him all you want. But at the age of 18... I think nearly 19, he was winning the World Cup. So when you talk about Michael Owen and doing all of this, what was he doing at that age? He's not even He's not yet 27.
No,
He's going to
exactly.
be 27 in December. He's 26. And look, and he's achieved. If he retires now, that's a career. He's still got a lot to offer.
Yeah,
He's the best
true.
player in the world because his numbers suggest that if he retires and keeps the same capacity, he'll get about 500, 600 goals tops without even trying. Same with Haaland. Not quite as unique as Messi and Ronaldo, but they're the next cab of the rank. So we need to produce more of those players. So when people go and get Gyökeres, I'm glad he plays for us. Not my first choice, but he ain't that level of those two.
But you know what? This is why when you look at the players that we all seen, the greats. I'm talking the greats now that we've all seen, and then you look up and you see a Messi and Ronaldo. You gotta look at how many players came up before them. It took years, and I'm sure between all three, y'all seen the Beckenbauers, the Pelés, the Maradona, and then it took that way. You go through a couple of years, and then you see like another superstar pops up. You know, like it's kind of right on track for the Lamine Yamal. It's been about 20 years since Messi popped up. So yeah, you're looking at this. So it's like every 20 to 30 years, a player pops up. And I think what's happened is I think that social media, as I go back to social media again, players that normally probably wouldn't even get a look in back in the day have been elevated to a level to where everybody thinks that they're going to be the next this or that. And then they flame out quicker than they used to. You know,
I think the whole thing in football in general, not just the game, the players, the fans, is changed because it's more now, you know, of a more of a gentleman's game. You know, it's become the sort of more accepted middle class type game where it's the working class. It was the working man's game, wasn't it? You know, it was. As my old granddad used to say on a Saturday, you'd go to the game, you'd have a pint and a pie. That was your highlight of the week, to get to a game, have a pint, maybe two, and a meat pie. That was it. Because now you go to games like you see the prawn sandwich brigade and all that, and the G&Ts and it's the whole thing has changed.
Influencers,
Money.
and the content creators. They're the ones. If you see them, they're the ones who. The reason why a ticket that costs about 100 at best, 60 quid. That's going to cost probably 10 times that because these content creators are putting the prices up because they've got to be seen at these games, and then they instead of them being in a pub with their mates, don't know if they got any.
Yes,
that's another story. But in having a pint with their mates or going to have a chippy before the game, a cheap chips lunch, they're going through the director's entrance now, aren't they? With the VIP lot, getting a program there, and have a nice little meal where everyone's having a bit of jazz music, and everyone's going, like that. Instead of going, yeah, come, mate, great, mate. And then they're filming it. They've got the audacity to film it. Not only are they putting the price up, they've got the audacity to film it and put it on there.
Man.
You know what I mean? They're not one of us. They're not one of us.
No.
And
companies as well, isn't it? Companies buying bulk tickets. This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of companies now that have got bulk tickets, and this is where it's gone as well. So all of that's been taken away from the fan. You go to Arsenal, it's like companies that own these boxes. And then it's like if you're in with those companies or you know someone that's in with a company, you're getting tickets to the game. You're not really a fan. You're just going because it's a brilliant day out.
Something to do. Yeah, just something to do.
Yeah. So you got companies owning like sort of 100 seats or half a dozen boxes in the ground. So it's all corporate. It's all businesses now and marketing companies. It's madness. Absolutely.
You wait until this. I think it's this Friday and next Friday when the World Cup tickets go on sale. And they're talking about a dynamic. I think they call it.
How much are they, Matty?
they're supposed to be instituting this quote unquote dynamic pricing scale, but we all know what that means. The first 10 minutes it'd be $60, and after that it'd be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I think they say the highest ticket is $7,000.
Wow.
Has Trump got his beefy hands on the
you know,
World Cup?
he'll be there.
Is he all over it?
You know he'll be there. You know he'll be there.
Do you reckon he's got involved with FIFA and the marketing and the ticketing and pricing and all of that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, but it's like Jay stated. I can't afford to go to the World Cup. I know people. You're going to the World Cup. You're going to the World Cup. If I get sent there to go to work, then yeah, I'll be there. But I'm not paying those ticket prices. I'm not paying $2,000, $3,000 to watch that. You got to pay almost $2,000 to pay for a ticket. You got to pay $80 to $100 for parking. Then you got to deal with traffic. Then you got to deal with logistics of getting in and out of the stadium. Nah, I'll sit right here on the panel with Lee next year during the World Cup, and we'll be watching.
I'll tell you what.
Hotel costs. If somebody stayed at hotel costs, that's going to be
food,
like
drink. Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
they'll treble that.
If any of you guys ain't doing content about this World Cup, it'll be an opportunity missed. It'll be like, trust me, that's another market opportunity, Lee.
Oh, Kenny, I'll be there for the World Cup.
You had a
World Cup.
That's another market opportunity. You know what I mean, Lee?
Yeah, Kenny knows. Let me grab these 9 super chats, Kenny. Kenny's on it with the market opportunities. Big up to Ray Simpson as well. I set a dig in his own grave saying we'll win the league this season. Arsenal team could win the league, but not with this manager. Totally agree.
Yeah.
100% totally fucking agree. This team is good enough to win the league in terms of the individuals we have and the squad that we have. However, this manager is the single biggest problem as to why we won't. Yeah, that's it. Simple as that. Spot on. He's put another one in as well. Bless that brother. Ryan Giggs doesn't get the credit he deserves. Like, bro, don't talk to his brother about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Giggsy was a bad boy. Yeah. His brother probably disagrees. Yeah, bless up Rodri. I still ain't fucking texting back. Rodri Giggs, real one. Proper.
Giggsy
proper real one. Giggsy was unreal, mate.
I'll never forgive Ryan Giggs for that goal against Arsenal.
Blame finger, Jez. Yeah, blame fucking all the players that Vieira passed the fucking ball to him.
No, I was just saying, bring him down. Bring him down. Someone claimed
it's the penalty, yeah.
No. But I remember shouting out, smash him,
take him out, fucking smash.
Yeah,
just bring him down.
Boom,
slide him down.
And then he whipped his shirt off. He's skinnier than me. Fucking skinnier than me with fucking pasty white skin. Yeah. Looked like a milk bottle, with fucking jet black hair all over his chest. Fucking run. I was like, motherfucker. Why did Bergkamp take that penalty though?
Because he's a bloody penalty taker. He was our best. He was
but he put it in the same fucking. He put it in the same fucking place.
He was the one who got the equaliser.
I knew he was going to miss though, didn't you, Lee?
You know what I mean? But you know what's
I
happened?
knew he was going to miss. I knew he was miss.
You think about it. They had Roy Keane got set off for fouling over Mars.
That's true. Beckham's goal in that game was crazy, by the way. The way he whipped that across, that was a fucking sick goal. But they were just so good, though, weren't they? Like we were good.
You know, they actually, Cole and York were on the bench. They started with Sheringham and Solskjaer.
Yeah.
And
sorry, Kenny, can you just say them 4 names again, please?
Yeah. Yeah, you think like they're 4 strikers in that time. They had York, Cole, Sheringham, and Solskjaer.
How many strikers, Kenny?
4 strikers.
Oh, okay, cool.
Who was on the bench, Kenny? Who was on the bench again?
Well, in that semi-final, on the bench was York and Cole.
York and
they walk into any Premier League team right now.
York and Cole on the bench.
We got York and that's it.
Jesper Blomqvist played in that game, and he was an understanding of Giggsy.
Yeah.
They had a Falcon on the side. Yap Stan played alongside Early Johnson.
Stan, mate. How much would he be worth?
Irwin and Neville.
Dennis Irwin, Kenny, sorry to cut in, mate. I'll keep cutting you. Yeah? Can you just educate the younger guys in the chat how fucking good Dennis Irwin was, please?
Dennis Irwin is probably one of the best left backs of all time in playing the Premiership. And guess what? He's a right back.
And he was good at right back as well, right?
Not converted, by the way. Not converted. He was not converted.
He played left back, and before Beckham, he was a dead ball specialist. Dennis Irwin.
Penalties, free kicks, left foot, right foot, free kicks, switch up every time, wouldn't it?
Dennis Irwin was one of the best defenders that has ever produced. The
best
fullbacks we've ever seen in the Premiership. Yet he never gets a mention because quite little man from Cork. You know, everyone thinks Roy Keane's the only one from Cork. What little do we know that Dennis Irwin is from Cork as well.
You never
And,
see him do interviews either.
Roy Keane says that Dennis Irwin is the best player he's ever played with, and he played.
You can take free kicks. You can take free kicks as well. But see, that was standard.
Yeah.
That was standard. If you were a
Did
player,
you see his free kick at Anfield in '94?
Yeah.
In that 3-3 game where he went, it's still in a stanchion. They still did a stanchion 32 years later.
He fucking slapped that as well, man.
Yeah,
Do you know who he reminded me of? Yeah, like maybe I'm being deluded. Ronald Koeman. Yeah, Ronald Koeman was fucking good at free kicks as a defender, wasn't he? But he was like the fucking Irish version of fucking Ronald Koeman. Yeah, he was so good though, man. And then this is the thing, yeah. When people say about, oh yeah, best fullback ever in the Premier League, nobody ever mentions Dennis Irwin, mate. Yeah, same with Scholesy. Scholesy is never in the comments. Stevie G or fucking Lampard.
I'll tell you now, Scholesy is better than Gerrard and Lampard. And you know who agrees with me? Zidane, Iniesta, and Xavi. Because every time they say who's the best midfielder in the world, they say ask Paul Scholes.
And Thierry Henry said that he's the best midfield player he would have loved to have played with, didn't he?
Yeah. Can you imagine bringing it up? Do you remember that goal he scored against Villa where he slapped it on the side of the bar on the volley? And just walked off like it was nothing. It's like, that's what I do, mate.
Do you remember the top corner routine when they used to take the corners and they used to basically, aim for Scholes 30 yards out and he used to volley it in the bottom corner?
Volley it, yep, every time. His fucking coordination, was just an elite. But his vision, and he was a dirty cunt as well. Yeah, but it's Paul Scholes. He don't know how to tackle. Do you remember that one, Jezza? Fucking all the time. Fucking they beat us up. Yeah, the Neville brothers. Yeah, do you remember that one? Yeah, when they fucking wiped Antonio Reyes. R.I.P. to him. Yeah, they all took it in turns to beat him up, didn't they?
They used to like putting it about a bit. That Man United.
You know what, Chris? They had to though. You think about it. If you think the team that won in '98 and the team that won in 2002, we basically were a team for all seasons. Like, the God bless his soul, the late and great Gary Speed used to say when he played against Arsenal, everyone was 6'3", can run 11 seconds. And then Sam Allardyce say when you played Arsenal, it was like how you want it. How do you want it? Which basically meant if you want to play football, let's go. If you want to fight, we'll have that. If you want to play anything you wanted, we're better than you at it because we're stronger and better. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm angry at Wenger because when he brought Francesc Fabregas into the side,
what a player! Your mate. Don't get angry, Kenny. I knew it was coming. I already knew where he was going with this, Matty, as well.
Danny, I could say that and smile. How many leagues did Gerrard win, by the way? And how many Champions League did he win? He only won one Champions League. Scholesy is probably the best English player we've ever produced. He's up there with Hoddle, better than Gaza. But what you see with Steven Gerrard, you're seeing him marauding and winning games in his own for a very average Liverpool team. Well, Scholesy was that.
Yeah, but then the reply back to that would be, but Scholes was in a better team. Yeah, but he was one of the best players in the better team. That makes it even better.
Danny, go and ask Xavi, Iniesta, and Zidane if you don't agree with me, because they seem to think so as well.
Kenny, my answer to that: you put Scholes in that Liverpool team, he improves it tenfold. You put Gerrard in that Man United team, it doesn't make any difference.
He's another good player. He's another midfielder.
You put Scholes in that Liverpool team, and Liverpool winning more.
I can think of about 7 Liverpool players are better than Gerrard.
I can think of 10 quite comfortably, mate. I've said this before. Gerrard ain't top 10 best Liverpool players. He was a very good player. That's not a diss to him. He was unbelievable. That Champions League final, I was in Paphos. Yeah, when they won that Champions League against Milan, Ancelotti's Milan, that fucking Milan team was stacked. Yeah, but I can think of 10 players that I've seen in my lifetime better than him at Liverpool.
Players. I can think about the same better than Gerrard.
And do you know what? Though? Do you know what? The only players that really butter up. I mean, don't get me wrong. Steven Gerrard was an amazing player, but the only players that really put him up there are ex-Liverpool players. Michael Owen says Gerrard's the best midfielder. Carragher. Anyone else? You ask Thierry Henry and the top Arsenal players or the top
Yeah.
Any other top player would turn around and say Paul Scholes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, Stephen, you know John Aldridge, right? John Aldridge
Facts.
is a
I'm
scouser.
so glad you brought his name up.
Yeah, but you know John Aldridge is a scouser, right? John Aldridge is a scouser, right? You would have thought, right? He's born in 1958, right? And he's watched players like Ian Callaghan. He's watched Roger Hunt. He watched Rushy, played with Rushy. Right?
Alan Hansen and all that, defender-wise.
He thinks he went on Liverpool.
Dalglish.
He thinks Gerrard's the best Liverpool player, and yet you've watched all these great Liverpool players, and you think Gerrard's the best ever. I don't get it. It doesn't make any.
No.
It doesn't make.
How do you watch fucking Kenny Dalglish and John Barnes and think Gerrard's better? I'm sorry, mate.
John Aldridge.
John Aldridge.
Yeah, but John Aldridge's reasoning is saying that
John Aldridge is better than fucking Gerrard. Let's just be real with it.
Yeah, but John Aldridge's reasoning is that Gerrard was.
He's got iconic moments, Kenny. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that because Liverpool was so poor, Gerrard dragged that team into.
And he did. He did. Let's not take that away from him. He did. Yeah, but he's got iconic moments. The goal against fucking, was it Olympiacos where he slapped one top bins? Yeah, the Champions League final, he went right back. Yeah, run the whole fucking second half. They're 3-0 down.
FA Cup
against West Ham, 35-yard fucking screamer. Yeah, slap that. He's got very big iconic moments. Yeah,
right. Show it that.
Yeah,
that about that.
He's an unbelievable footballer. Yeah, but let's not pretend that he's like the best Liverpool player of all time. He fucking ain't. Alan Hansen was a better footballer than him. Yeah, but defenders don't get their fucking credit. Alan Hansen, you see all these ball playing centre halves there. Alan Hansen, was probably the first one, like in English football. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys are a little bit older than me, so maybe.
Danny, it's his club. It's his club. He knows more than me.
He knows, yeah, of course.
So I bow down to any Liverpool fan who says, Gerrard, I just think, are you sure? That's what I'm saying. I'm not putting you down.
Yeah. What about you, Jezzo? Who's the best ball player? Big up Dan Potts for the raid as well, by the way, and big up BBK in the chat as well. Love, brother. Bless up 12-man raid. Yeah, but Jez, who do you think's the first ball playing centre half that you see? Because for me, it was Hansen.
Alan Hansen, absolute top class. If you talk about Liverpool, then I don't. John Toshak, he played there, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a fucking good manager as well at Real Madrid. Sorry to cut in, Jezzy. Yeah, when he was at Real Madrid, that was 2 points for a win, right? Not 3 points for a win. He was averaging 4 goals a home game, and he won the league by 9 fucking points. That is considered one of the greatest Real Madrid teams in their fucking entire history. And the following season, after he'd won the league by 9 points over Barca, they sacked him. In November. Yeah, they were unbelievable. He was a fucking good manager.
Another one that's been forgotten in history, right? Emlyn Hughes. What a player he was.
Hughes, yes.
What a player that boy. You know, sadly gone now, but he was class. And let's not disrespect a great player for Liverpool Football Club, right? One of our Ray Kennedy, man. What a player.
Unbelievable midfielder. Unbelievable.
What a player.
I'll tell you, Steve Bruce could play a nice. Steve Bruce was underrated as a centre half for Man United. He was.
So was Pallister. Pallister and Bruce were mad underrated.
Yeah,
them two were mad underrated.
They were mad underrated.
You know what? I respect Steve Bruce. I respect him. One, because I thought he was a fantastic player, but
what is that, man?
You know what? Yeah, it's 5-4 to Italy.
Yeah, it was 4-2 to Italy. They come back to 4-4 Israel, and Italy scored straight away.
Yeah, but you know what it is with you know what? Why I respect Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce's mum's Irish. He could have gone down a Republic of Ireland route, but he never did that. He wanted to play for England because he played for England B, didn't he? And the under-21s. But he could easily have done what a lot of players have done and gone down the era route. He was entitled to do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This comment right here. Pallister and Bruce were scourges in my early Arsenal childhood. It's true. The only player that I see consistently fucking destroy them was Matt Letizia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just ruined them every time he played them. Every time Southampton played fucking Man United, Matt Letizia had run rings around them both. Remember when he flicked the ball over his head and then flicked it over again and slapped it? It's like, bro, you're taking a fucking piss. Yeah, Mark Hughes was a good player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
somebody
was.
put in the chat, Mark Hughes, he was a fucking good player.
Mm.
Yeah, let me
Mark
grab these.
Hughes.
Let me grab these super chats real quick. Yeah. Big up to Dinesh. Test cricket alive and kicking. Well, Kenny will agree with that, by the way. Yeah. Good evening. I remember George Weah golf rate. I remember watching that where he ran the whole length of the pitch. Van Basten was class. Still remember his Euros goal 88. Bruv, that volley. Has there ever been a better Euros goal than that?
No, it isn't.
That was unbelievable, wasn't it? That kit was nice as well, man. Fucking like the Dutch never won anything, yeah, really. Let's be real with it. They were fucking good.
Until that final, they did.
Until that fight, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Back in the
I was
70s, when it's 74, they lost to Germany. Was it Germany?
Yeah,
Was it Germany? Yeah. See how fucking Lee's got no ball knowledge. How do I know that then? I wasn't even born. Yeah, but no, they had a fucking good team and they always had good strikers. Yeah, Rudulit, yeah, another one, mate. That guy, yeah, he was unbelievable, man. Everywhere that guy played, yeah, and forget the hair, yeah, forget the fucking Barnet, yeah, that guy was world class in every position he played.
Yeah.
Every position. He could play striker, false nine, midfield, AM, CM, DM, defense. That guy was a fucking unbelievable footballer. Yeah, how much would he be worth now? He'd be the most expensive player in the world.
You couldn't
Yeah, it's
buy him.
crazy. No, you couldn't. Yeah, just like Lamine Yamal. Yeah, Lamine Yamal ain't ever leaving Barcelona. Nobody can afford to buy him. Yeah, I watched him yesterday, yeah. People talk about doubled and trebled up on. And that guy's getting the ball and it's like he's taking the piss. There he gets the ball. Yeah, stands one man up, skins him. Next one slides in, he dinks it over him. Yeah, then he gets into the box and he skips past another. Then he drops his shoulder and goes past another. And what a save from the keeper, by the way. Yeah, if he had scored that goal, that would have been one of the best goals I'm going to see this season. But the keeper saved it, so he didn't. Big up Cozzy, bruv. As usual, this team is Abu Dhabi FC year after year. Injuries everywhere, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you're well, my bro. Hope you're well. Bless up to you, brother. Big up to Kaylin Anthony as well, man. What phase is Luis de la Fuente in? Arteta couldn't get a cap if he was in a hat shop.
That's
Bro, I swear, that de la Fuente, yeah.
JB types talk there.
Matty, how many times have I sat here and said to you, yeah, this De La Fuente, yeah? Oh, who's realistic? Well, what about him? Yeah.
Market opportunity.
Wade, his teams play football. He's won it under 19s, under 21s, under 17s, whatever.
You know what it is, Lee? Sorry to cut you, Lee, but you know what it is, right? Spain were brave enough to give the job to De La Fuente. Well, we got Lee Carsley. He's won his second under 21s. Why in this country, when you know he knows the players coming through and he's been in the system, and if you ask me, our youngsters have won international tournaments from under 17s, under 20s, World Cups, European Championship holders twice. But in England, if I was to say that give Lee Carsley the job, oh no, you can't do that, you can't do that. But in Spain, they can give De La Fuente the job.
He won at pretty much every youth level.
Yeah, but Lee Carsley's won the European Championship twice.
Yeah, but then Lee Carsley gets the job, and then the reason people are fucking go against you on that, Kenny, yeah, is Carsley got the job, yeah, and then he was like, oh, I don't really know if I want the job. No, because he already knew he weren't fucking keeping it. That's why he was saying that in the press conference, because he already knew Tuchel was coming in.
But if you went by continuity,
He made the FA's life easier.
Yeah, but if you go by continuity, all the players that play for England have played no Lee Carsley and the way he wants to play.
Would you accept an Irishman as England manager, Kenny?
I don't know, man. I don't know. He played for Ireland because he had a grandmother that he probably never met. He's a fact, though.
I just want someone who's going to win something.
Exactly. I couldn't care less where they're from. If there's a German wins us the World Cup, mate, I couldn't give two fucks.
Something.
Yeah, I think the only thing Irish about Lee Connor, I think Lee Carsley, is that one of his kids is called Connor.
Mad. Let me grab this. Big up to Andre Guna as well. Big up to Lee in the panel. When do you think Super Mick is getting sacked? We really need pink eye fucking cook sesh. Oh, bro, he's cooked himself, bro, because the more he talks, the more he's fucking himself up. Yeah, it's what it is. The traction ain't tractioning anymore, unfortunately for them, mate. And they can't do it like us. We've got 1,100 people watching. But when do I think he'll get sacked? I don't think he will get sacked. However, it'll be a mutual consent, and I reckon it's this season. I reckon it's this season because I think. What do you reckon, Jez?
I said this. I did a solo show last night, and I actually did say I think it could get to a point where it's become such an untenable situation for Arteta that he will actually be asked, a bit like Wenger.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you've had your time. It's not working out anymore. We don't want to embarrass you by sacking you. We think you should gracefully retire. And I think that's what happened with old Arteta. He won't leave voluntarily. I know, Kenny, we were talking about this the other night on a show. And you were saying that you reckon he might do the honourable thing, fall on his
will he
sword.
fuck? He ain't ever getting 15 million a year anywhere, mate. So of course he's staying.
I personally think it will come to a point. If let's say come March, we're sitting fifth, out of the race, out of the FA Cup, out of the League Cup, and we're not doing well in Europe. We're out of it. No, let's say we're in quarterfinals.
Yeah.
I reckon Josh Kroenke will say, do the honourable thing, mate, just retire.
Yeah, maybe. Big up my boy Jolien as well. Yeah, Cesc been nominated for Premier League Hall of Fame. Joe's trying to wind him up. Yeah, will you be voting? Love.
I shall not. I shall not be voting for that man.
Here's one for you as well, Kenny. Here's one for you because you've rattled all the Gerrard love fest, boys. Yeah, name a better midfielder, Arsenal midfielder than Steven Gerrard. You can't.
Yeah,
He then put a comment in saying the silence is deafening. Silence is golden. Sorry.
Yeah,
No, that's because I didn't see your comment until now.
Brady.
So who are you naming?
Brady, Vieira.
Liam Brady. That's just
Patrick Vieira.
I haven't thought about
Manu
that.
Petit, Gilberto Silva, Cesc Fabregas, Rocastle.
Yeah. But Steven Gerrard's a fantastic player. He had a fantastic career, and history was very unkind to him, especially when he was born. But the fact is that Patrick Vieira is a better midfielder than him. Of course he is.
Wilshere was technically a better footballer than him, but he couldn't stay fit. But Cesc is a better footballer than him. I met Paul Davis. Do you know the game I met Paul Davis, Kenny? Do you remember when we fucking played Man United and that little Pratt Lingard moonwalked and Alexis Sanchez scored against Czech and they put 10 minutes of stoppage time up? Yeah, and I thought, fuck that. It's the only game I've ever left before the full-time whistle. I thought, I ain't doing another 10 minutes of this bullshit, mate. I fucking walked out. As I'm walking out, he's coming out the executive fucking suites. Yeah, I was like, no, everyone's just walking past him. Didn't have a clue who he was. Yeah, I was like, Paul Davis. He's walking towards me. I'm like, fucking hell, mate. I love you.
I see Paul Davis in the Arsenal shop once coming out. I was getting a little Christmas present for someone and he came out and shook his hand and all that. You see a few Arsenal players around in that day. I'll tell you one player we have missed out. If you want to talk about Premier League midfielders that have won stuff and his goal scoring record is incredible, Frank Lampard.
Yeah, Big Frank. Big Frank's a fantastic player.
Frank Lampard at Chelsea. Frank Lampard at Chelsea or Gerrard at Liverpool during that spell.
It is a question for you, DJ. Whose record did he break? Goal scoring record.
Frank Lampard.
Yeah, whose Chelsea record did he break? His all-time top scorer. Chat, don't tell him.
What, from midfield?
No, just total Chelsea all-time top scorer. Whose record did he break? Kenny knows the answer. He's itching. He's itching to go. Yeah, he's itching to go.
I can't help you, mate. I can't help you.
Bobby Tamlin.
Really?
Yeah, Bobby Tamlin. Wow. Where's Kerry Dixon on that list? Kerry Dixon, yeah. I used to see Kerry Dixon in William Hill all the fucking time.
I was going to say
in Luton.
Yeah, in Luton. Thanks. See, Kenny fucking knows.
Kerry Dixon's Luton boy, mate. Luton born and bred, didn't it?
Yeah, Bobby Tamlin. Yeah, right. Kerry Dixon. I think Kerry Dixon's their third or fourth all-time. I think he's their third all-time scorer, isn't he?
Kerry Dixon, but yeah, Bobby.
He was a good player. Bobby Tamlin.
I remember one time in 84-85 season, we played Chelsea. First game of the season, 11:30 kickoff. 11:30 kickoff on the 25th of August, 84, and that was on police advice. We went 1-0 up. Paul Mariner scored header, and Kerry Dixon volleyed. hit a thunderbolt of a volley past Pat Jennings from a rebound.
Oh,
And the whole North Bank was full of, so the whole clock end was full of Chelsea. They must have brought back 20,000
they
fans.
had the whole end, didn't they? That game.
Yeah, whole clock end,
And
Chelsea.
there was police. There was about 3 banks of police.
Yeah.
See, he was a baller, wasn't he? He was a fucking good player. My old
Kerry.
man's told me about Greavesy. Yeah, just how good was Greavesy?
Oh, wait, what a player. What a player. I see him at Highbury score a worldie, absolute worldie. Great player, actually. And I actually nearly did some work for him, actually, but we didn't get the job. We did actually go and price it, but no, we didn't get it, sadly. But yeah, I'd love to have done that. That's how I talked to him. But yeah, well, he was a great player, man. Yeah. I missed the show as well, guys. Old Saints and Greavesy. Do you remember that on the Saturday
Saint
night?
Greavesy, yeah, Ian St. John. He was a fucking player as well. Ian St. John.
Ian St. John, yeah. Great player for Liverpool.
There's another one better than fucking Gerrard.
Yeah.
No, they were good, man. That program was goated, man.
Yeah,
that program
was
was fucking sick. My mum and dad used to make me watch that. Well, my dad
Crazy.
especially.
Hilarious.
That was always the get to watch show. If I was at home, if I wasn't going an away game, that was always the show to watch. I used to love it. Absolutely love it.
What about Midweek Sports Special with old Harry Carpenter? That was another one, wasn't it? You used to get
That's
some
good. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Brian Moore, innit?
Brian Moore, yeah.
Like great Brian Moore. I think what it is nowadays, I think it's such a shame because the way we watch football nowadays is that we prefer, well, I don't, but young people who they're trying to target prefer highlight reels. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, they go on YouTube and that's how they judge a player. For instance, there was enough for us, what Egal said about Paul Merson calling them out, that's sacrilege. But for people who are from Egal's era, that isn't sacrilege because because they don't know Paul Merson. As far as they're concerned, Paul Merson is not praising Arsenal enough. You know what I mean? He's an old fogey. But what people like Egal seem to forget that we still want to pay our subscriptions to Sky. We still want to hear from people like Paul Merson. And at the end of the day, we don't watch TV the same as you. If we want to watch a football match, we're watching it live. If we want to watch a highlight special, we don't want to watch it a few hours later or on a stream. We want to watch it on TV. So they got to cater for us as well as people like Egal. So
yeah, but they play out for these people.
Yeah, and
that's how it's changed.
And then what happens when they play out for these people? They go out of business because these people they got attention spans of basically like 5-year-olds because it's not their fault. They move on. So all this like getting Roman Kemp to present Friday night football, that's not going to last. Remember a few years back they had Rachel Riley with who was it? The guys from Cheeky Sport presenting the TV, and I think they didn't last because they've gone against their roots to try and accommodate these young people. That garbage that was replaced Soccer AM. Who watches that garbage? Who watches that?
Nobody. Listen, let me grab these. Man said, how's the 19-year-old ting? Ain't my fault you can't pull tings, bruv. I've got a 45-year-old about to rock up any minute now. The bell will be ringing in a minute, mate. Unlucky. Yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, literally. You missed my super chat. No, Ray, I've not read missed your super chats. Sorry, I know you've probably put this in time ago. I did read them. Yeah, bless up to you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Big up Scotty. Would Saka and Timber start for the Invincibles? Nope.
Nah.
What, Saka over Freddie Lundberg?
No way.
Yeah, Timber over fucking Lauren. No way, bruv.
No way.
Never in a million years. They wouldn't even hold bench.
No,
most of these players now wouldn't start.
None of them.
Big up to Rudy. Start winning things, and you can be called a great. Win something, and we can have that conversation. Until you guys win things, I don't want to hear people saying they could have got in that team and they're as good as that team. Don't mention. I don't want to hear about Saliba and Gabriel. Don't care about you guys. Win me.
No, they ain't won nothing.
Give me success, and we'll have a conversation.
100%.
Big up Rudy, bro. Football is just copycat sport now, which makes the sport boring. Even over here in the States, in the NBA, everyone just shoots threes all game. Yeah, because they want the money shot. It looks good. Oh my god. Oh, look at me. I threw a 3-pointer. Yeah, bruv, have you got any tech? Can you dribble and fucking, I don't know NBA, but can you fucking put it through your legs, pause? Yeah, fucking then do all of that and dunk. No, you can't, because you got no tech, bruv.
I'll make it
All right,
easy.
let's up static as well. Love, brother.
Big up,
I'll make it easy for you, Lee. It's cool. You can shoot the 3, you can dunk the ball, but do you have a 15-foot jump shot?
Nope.
Anybody watch the NBA know what I'm talking about. If you can't do that, then you ain't really doing much.
Facts. Big up to 89 J Stubbs as well. Bush. Who's your early favourite for the World Cup? Bro, there's only one favourite and they're winning it. Let me just open the front door. Sorry, guys. Market opportunity turned up. Spain all day long. It's non-negotiable. They're pissing that, mate. They're unbelievable. 1 second, guys.
Good side.
Yeah. Can't see people
Well,
getting
I
past.
don't win it. I mean, bloody hell, that World Cup was a farce.
Yeah.
It was engineered for
They
Messi
should
to win the
never have
World
won
Cup.
that.
What's that?
They should never have won that World Cup. They were,
If they got everything. The scheduling favoured them. The decisions favoured them. It was a case of like his coronation. It's pathetic.
Well, Spain winning this, so
Spain are pissing that World Cup.
Yeah.
Brazil
By a
ain't winning
country
it.
mile.
the only thing
Brazil-
is, it's
Brazil
American
actually
soil,
look
isn't it?
better.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
European teams, I don't know.
Brazil ain't winning it, Kenny, but they look much better up on the Ancelotti the last game.
Brazil all day long. Brazil are not winning it. I'll tell you why Brazil are not winning it, yeah, because their squad depth is not depthing. Yeah,
You know what?
with Spain.
If Neymar plays, he gives some gold dust. Apart from that, it's a work.
Yeah, but Neymar's washed now, man. He's dusted. He's had so many injuries, Kenny.
And
He's
because
had so many injuries.
football's changed so much drastically. Brazil ain't the Brazil that they used to be.
No.
No,
Wait, look at the team there. Let me just say this one more time, right? Look at the bench that Spain had. Bear in mind, they've got a lot of players out injured. Yeah, Balde, Gavi, so on and so forth, yeah? Their bench was Morata, Firmino, Ferran Torres, De Frutos, Rodri, Raya, Carvajal, Kubasi, Alex Garcia, Dani Olmo, Alex Ramiro, and Alejandro Grimaldo. That's without Gavi. That's without Balde. That's without Casado. Yeah, there's 3 players straight away. Yeah, that's without anybody else. They're starting 11. Unai Simon, Porro, Lanomand, Hoyson, Cucurella, Pedri, Zubamendi, Marino, Yamal, Oyarzabo, and Williams. Mate, the way they play football, if anyone who didn't watch that Spain against Turkey game yesterday, that was absolute fucking savage. Yeah. Lamine Yamal, yeah, easily could have had a fucking hat-trick in that game. Marino got a hat-trick. Yeah, they're absolutely walking that, mate. Yeah, and it'll be Spain that'll win it. Yeah, I'd say maybe Argentina have a shout. Their manager's good. If Messi goes, they definitely have a shout. Yeah, and then after that, I'd say France. They're the 3 favourites for me. But Spain pissed that. Absolutely pissed it. And I'm not saying that because I live here. Yeah.
Lee, where's the final being played? What city is that? Is it
New York City, is it, mate?
New York. Yeah, New York.
Giant stadium.
Yeah.
All
Wow.
right.
What's the capacity?
96. I think it's 96,000.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Lee,
Fucking.
Lee,
70.
guys, I've got to bounce because I've
I
got
know
to
you got a
join
bounce, brother.
Yeah. I've
Shout
got
your
to
channel
join
out real quick, yeah? And what you got
the
coming
Arsenal,
up? I need to
Arsenal
bounce as
Huddle,
well.
got things coming up. Just what we got coming up. We've got the retro show this tomorrow with Shane Gooner. And then Sunday sit back session. And Wednesday, we've got the Wednesday session with Nortski. So, yeah, come along, join in, and big up all the chat. Lee, thank you very much. Jez, I might be on with Jez as well tomorrow. Old
6
school
o'clock,
show.
mate. Old
Penny?
school.
Thursday week, you said, yeah? 20-something or other. Not
25th,
the
that's
18th.
right. 25th, that's right.
Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah.
Bless up,
Matty,
brother. I appreciate it, man.
Pleasure always.
Yes, sir,
Thanks,
brother.
guys. Take care.
Take care,
Bless.
brother. Take care, mate.
Yeah, love to you all, my friends. Take care.
Nice one, man. Man said the most hated guys online. Bruv, guess what? Nobody cares.
Oh, I'm so
It's words
scared.
on a fucking screen. It's words on a screen, mate. I did door-to-door
Harry?
sales for 21 years. Yeah, I used to get grips up and frog marched off driveways, mate. What do you think
Harry?
words on the screen are going to hurt me? Shiver me
Yes,
fucking
yes.
timbers.
Harry, see you on Saturday. Oh no, you don't go. Oh, sorry, don't go.
Of course he don't. That's my man. Yeah, mate, he knows.
Yeah.
You know what? The problem is that we don't want to be loved by everybody. all the podcasters.
I couldn't give a fuck what anyone thinks, Kenny. I'm way too old for impressing people.
Podcasters that they know the game inside out, and you can tell that, but they don't want to offend.
He knows exactly what we need.
Well, unfortunately, that I feel that's exactly what they're doing, and that person's exactly doing that. He's saying whatever. He doesn't want to fall out of anyone, and that's the same with a lot of people. So I don't care. I'm too old. I'm too long in the tooth to worry about being liked by people.
Facts, absolute facts, Kenny. Yeah, I ain't trying to impress anyone, mate. Yeah, I'm me. If people don't like it, jog on. Nobody cares. Yeah, the fact he's waited 5 minutes to put the comment in, it tells you he's lonely.
And he paid for it as well. God,
donations.
Big up to Scott Linen as well. Stam or Van Dijk, Stam all day long and twice on Sunday.
Yeah,
ain't even debatable, man. Yeah, Van Dijk's a very good defender in this era. Yeah, he's world class in this era. But the definition of world class is not what it was back then.
Yeah, but you have to put him in the conversation because
2 minutes.
He deserves to be a conversation because he has won 2 league titles and he's won a European Cup and played in 3 finals. So he has to be part of the conversation.
Oh, Van Dijk's unbelievable. Yeah, but he's nowhere near Jaap Stam, mate. Nowhere fucking near. He's a very, very good defender in this era. And he probably could have made teams back in that era.
The thing is, you can argue that Stam, for only a 3 or 4 year period he was, and then he dropped off when Fergie got rid of him and sent him to
after he strangled Fergie in the dressing room.
Yeah, for that for a 3 year period, he was the best defender in the world. Jaap Stam.
He was unbelievable. What a defender! Right, let's go. Let's wrap this up. Big up to Sugar Saint. Compare any skill of any mid you named and compare them to Gerrard. Defense, attack, shooting, heading, stamina, power, passing range, etc. You lose. I think you mean lose. Okay, cool. Where do we start with this then? Patrick Vieira? Well, there's one. Yeah? So you're saying any player that we... Okay, cool. So where do we go with that? Lothar Matthäus? Ruud Gullit? Or you're just talking about Arsenal players? There's Gilberto Silva was a baller. We're just talking Prems? Yeah, now let's compare trophies. How about let's compare trophies? How about that? Yeah, bless up though, bro. Yeah, and you weren't a dickhead about it either. Yeah, Steven Gerrard was not insanely gifted technically. Yeah, he was just a pace and power merchant.
He was well
passing range. Oh, 100%. 100%. But he was sick at what he did. He was unbelievable.
He was unlucky to play the Liverpool side that wasn't
good. If he played now, yeah, that guy'd be the best midfielder in the world.
Klopp came too late for him.
Yeah, facts. Absolute facts. Big up to Mark Smith. Ledley King could have been special, but injuries. Ledley King was special. Thierry Henry, I remember him saying, yeah, the best defender he's ever faced was Ledley King. And that was an injured Ledley King all times. That guy never trained. Yeah, he used to do, I'm pretty sure I'll see something where he said that he never trained. Yeah, he just used to be in the swimming pool, just walking in the swimming pool. Yeah,
Daniel
just to try.
He was in Daniel Levy's pool at his house in Essex.
There you go. See, Kenny knows. Big up Mark Smith, brother. Big up to the American football fanatic. Pop quiz for the people who don't rate Scholes. Who did Sir Alex Ferguson replace Scholes with after he retired? He didn't. He called Scholes back out of retirement. To be fair, Carrick was very good.
Yeah,
Carrick was a baller.
Genius.
Yeah, he was a baller, but he weren't Scholesy.
And he won titles in the Champions League.
Carrick was mad underrated, man. Mad underrated, but he weren't Scholesy. Scholesy is different, mate. It's like, you know, when you have a nice steak. Yeah. But it's a steak and it's a nice steak. But then when you have the steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yo, this steak tastes different. Yeah. That's the difference. Big up to Kaelin, brother. The only sensible gooners I can tolerate. Up the Chelsea. Fuck the Chelsea. But I love you. No Diddy. Pause. Anyway, we are going to wrap this up. Is there any fuck alive that we like?
Oh yeah. You got a doozy going on, man. You got Egal, Tony Clark, Gunner, and you got Northside all on one string on Northside's channel.
Northside. Say less. They're on Northside's channel. Say less.
Comedy hour there.
Jezza, I love you, man. What you got coming up, brother? Shout your channel out, bro.
6 o'clock tomorrow evening is the old school show with Shane, Kenny, at DJB. And this week's special guest, we got Northside joining us. So
Bosh.
that'd be good fun. And then I'm going to be doing a match preview show for Arsenal Forest. The Yeti's joining me on that one. So that'll be a fun one. And yeah, it's all good, man.
Happy days, man. Happy
Pete
fucking
Haynes
days.
arrived. Good old Pete. I knew you'd arrive at some point. Fucking prick. Dear, oh dear.
They always rock up at some point, Jezza. Now I just realised I didn't have it on subscriber only mode. That's why they're all in here. Yeah, I put it on 59 years before they could comment yesterday. They could put it on 59 years before they can put a comment in. Nobody could. There was no comments. Everyone was just sat there. They can't comment. Yeah, we had so many bots in the chat yesterday. Yeah, rant bots, yeah, troop bots, my bots. I was like, yeah, cool. Let's just put it on 59 years and get rid of the dickheads. Kenny, man, love you, brother. Shout your Instagram out. What you got coming?
Well, Kenny Ken 1972. I'll be watching England game tomorrow. I'll be after I've been.
Good luck, mate.
So, well, it's going to be a much more competitive game against Serbia. I'll tell you, the atmosphere. I think what's happened. I don't know how many times they closed their ground for chants of dubious and insulting nature. But yeah, I'm looking forward to
especially against Albania and all that.
I can't wait for the Nottingham Forest game because I think it'll be a good game. I think we should win it, but you never know with Arsenal. And there's some big games. I think you think about it. Got the Manchester derby. You got Isak's potential debut against Burnley.
Yeah.
And can you imagine it? There's 3 big games in London. There's West Ham, Tottenham, and then at 7 o'clock there's at 7:15. There's 8 o'clock. There's Chelsea versus Brentford. Chelsea.
Brentford, yeah, West London derby.
Then you've got Arsenal, and then also you've got the you got the march that's organised by Stephen Laxley and the Luton. The midget, the mental midget from Luton. He won't turn up though. He won't turn up.
I love you, Kenny. You're fucking hilarious.
He'll like the bullets. But he won't turn up. Because that's what he's good at. He's probably and he's getting donations to build another home in Spain.
Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Instagram. Matty Southern Guna on YouTube. Matty, I'll see you on Saturday. Early kickoff. That's a real early kickoff for you you are in Atlanta, yeah? Yeah, so other than that, what do you have coming up this week? I appreciate you all, guys, all of you.
I will be on with DJB, I think Thursday. I have to double check. I think it's Thursday. Then of course, we'll be getting ready for the game. And no Saliba.
No, 4 weeks.
He's into the fire now. So we're going to find out about
We didn't even get to talk about his injury.
No.
Hey, don't worry. There'll be more.
That's clickbait.
Hey, Lee, don't worry. And Ken, don't worry about it. There'll be more to talk about.
Well, we've mentioned it, so it's not clickbait now.
Yeah.
More to talk about.
Now, make sure you sub to all the guys. Make sure you sub to DJB as well, the Arsenal Huddle. He's live right now. We're going to raid Northside. Yeah, we're going to raid him. Who's he on with? Egal
and Tony Clark.
And Tony Clark. Oh, yeah. North's in his element right now. He's schooling both of them right now as we speak. So we're going to raid North. The market opportunity is off the market right now. She's not 19. Yeah, you perverts. Yeah, we're out. Love. I'll be back again tomorrow with rants. Because apparently I haven't had any guests on for 3 days. Oh my God, everyone's cancelled him. Sorry to break the news to you, Twitter twats. This is YouTube. This is my playground. I'm the GOAT of this app. So sorry to break the news to you. We've had 4 guests on today. And tomorrow I'm on with Rant Saroni. Yeah. And if I can be asked, I might do the England game. If not, I'll find another game. But you stick to the Zoo app. Bless up the panel. And we're out.
Take care.
Layers. Love to all you guys, by the way. Yeah, raid Northside LDM. I'm out.